Hey.
Hey, hi, hello.
What's going on?
What's going on, Big John?
We are here. We're hanging out. We're doing it. Thank you to our friends at the KC Podcasting Company for letting us come here and hang out and do the show.
My heart is exploding
So much love.
for these sweet, sweet fellas. I keep saying boys, and I think that they don't like it, and I won't do it anymore. But you guys, are you okay with it?
It's
I'm getting thumbs up.
two small, young 8-year-old boys that run this show. We exploit child labor. It's something that we're upfront about.
Get it how you can.
We're on a budget, and children are cheaper, so that's just how it goes.
Cheap little babies.
But today I wanted to talk about some movies that I have seen. They're older now. I think anyone can see them. They're all available. The first one is on Apple TV Plus. If you have that, which if you're watching Ted Lasso, you probably do, then this is called Ghosted. Are you familiar with this one?
You know, I heard that there was going to be a movie with Chris Evans and De Armas.
Anna de Armas.
Anna de Armas.
Ben Affleck's ex-girlfriend.
Did they date?
They did date before he got back together with Miss Jennifer Lopez.
With Jennifer, and then they got married again.
They did.
Well, I guess I heard about this, and you know, I do like Apple's projects, and I was hopeful, but I also watched the trailer. Have not seen the movie yet. We'll see.
We'll just put it on to get a little taste. We don't need to watch the whole trailer. It's 3 minutes. So, okay, like that's pretty much the movie, right? Which, like, you've seen a million things like that before, right? Where it's like someone's secretly a secret agent.
She is.
You're right.
And people are after her.
They're after her.
And that's why she didn't respond.
That's why she didn't respond. It wasn't any other reason. She was working.
I mean, I think it's on it. Like, in the trailer, when he's scrolling through all of the text messages that he sent her.
It was a lot.
That was a lot of text messages.
It was easily like 30 some text messages. Maybe it wasn't that many. It was like at least 12.
Get a hint.
Yeah.
Take a hint. Get a clue. Don't fly to London and get yourself in this pickle. What a pickle they're in.
Well, and that's the thing, right? That's psychotic, first of all, to like go out with a girl one time. And then, by the way, in this movie, Chris Evans is, I don't know what the word is, but like he sells plants at like a farmer's market.
Okay. So he's supposed to be portrayed as like the soft boy.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a role reversal, I guess, a little bit in that way.
Fun.
But yeah, I mean, it's like Anna de Armas is also like, they're both really good actors. I think they're both very talented. Chris Evans can play like the dumb, charming guy. That's
for sure.
Very much up his wheelhouse. He's good at that. Anna de Armas doesn't have a lot to do in the movie. And like, I think she's very charming, but her character is just like underdeveloped and poorly written. So she just kind of like.
Very one note.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not her fault that she seems bad in the movie. It's just the fact that the lines are bad. Like, you know, it's like she's doing what she can, right?
The writing is very, very bad. Yeah.
And that's not her fault. You know, she doesn't have a lot to work with.
I really love, do you remember Mr. and Mrs. Smith when it came out?
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, it wasn't just the fact that Brad Pitt left Jennifer Aniston for Angelina Jolie during the filming of that movie. It was also like the plot. It was very fun and it was funny and it was hot and very exciting. Were the action sequences in the movie like fun?
Yeah, there were some like good ones.
Because I saw Top Gun Maverick was like the same person.
Yeah, I think it's written by like the people who wrote the first Deadpool movie and they wrote the Zombieland movies.
Okay, was it funny? It wasn't funny?
No, it was not funny. Bummer. It was lame. It was all very predictable and lame and just dumb. Which is too bad. And like
I love a romantic comedy. You know me.
Yeah.
I love a romantic comedy. And even kind of like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith where it's like an attempt to be the perfect date night movie where you're getting the action for the boyfriend and you're getting the romantic comedy for the girlfriend. I get what they were trying to do here. That's a bummer that they didn't execute it.
Yeah.
Because that movie cost so much fucking money.
So much money. And Apple definitely spent all the money. And it reminded me in that way of like a Netflix movie where it's like, okay, so it's like they spent a whole bunch of money. This whole thing was filmed on a green screen and everything, and it sucks. And this kind of feels like it could be in the same cinematic universe as what was the movie Red Notice with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot.
Sure.
And it felt like that, where it was just like, all right, all the elements are here. Everything should work, but it doesn't.
Yeah, this vague Eastern European enemy or something like that. Like,
I at least think in Ghost they filmed on location. That was the shitty thing about a lot of those Netflix movies. It's like that this is all on a green screen.
All of it is?
A lot of it is, yeah. Where it's like, especially in that movie Red Notice, where it's like they're supposed to be like art. It's like an art heist thing where they're like in Italy and all this stuff. It's like, no, they're in Atlanta. And it's like, you could at least just fucking film on location. Like, it looks cool.
I know. Can you imagine? I mean, it's so glamorous to be an actor and stuff like that. But for movies like this, can you imagine just being in a green room all day?
Yeah.
How boring. I would want to travel to these places.
Because that's probably I imagine what it's like. And that's people's biggest complaint with like the Marvel movies. But like those actors are all just,
they're paid,
somewhere in
though.
Atlanta. They're on a lot.
Yes.
They're hanging out on a green screen, talking to a tennis ball.
Have you seen those like actual videos of people acting in those scenarios?
Yeah.
So rough.
It's so weird. And then especially like other people, like Andy Serkis is like a big motion capture performer because he was Gollum and
that's right.
All the Planet of the Apes movies. He was Caesar, I think. But yeah, when you see Josh Brolin, who played Thanos in the Marvel movies, it's like he's wearing this like outfit where it's like, it's like a leotard, but then he's also got like a metal bar on his head that goes up
to get the height. Yeah.
His eye line. Yeah. So it's just like, that would just be so weird to just walk around. I mean, obviously, you're like you said, you're making millions of dollars, but it's just like, that's just a day at work where you're just walking around like a fucking idiot. Like,
not fun. But like, forgetting Sarah Marshall, they just decided to make a movie in Hawaii so that they could have a vacation in Hawaii, which is what I would do.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what Adam Sandler's done for his last like 30 movies.
As he should.
And it works.
Be comfy in his basketball shorts and his little slide sandals.
Just before we were doing this, I was on Instagram and like one of my suggested reels was a video of Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston at the premiere of Murder Mystery 2 or one of the premieres or something, like a red carpet event. And she's in a gorgeous gown, gold. I think there's like sequins. It's just like, it looked kind of uncomfortable, but it looked amazing. And then Adam Sandler's wearing like a hoodie and there's a Hawaiian shirt sticking out from like underneath it. And like he's wearing these very comfortable mesh pants. And
I want
he's got his arm around her.
I want the Fab Five to do a makeover with Adam Sandler.
They should. They're all in the Netflix
so
family.
Cute. Yeah, they're all. I didn't even think of that.
Cross promotion right there.
Can you imagine?
It's a good idea.
JVN, just give me a little bit of credit for that.
Yeah.
Just a shred of credit for that. And because Adam Sandler's a good-looking guy.
I do like that. That's kind of like a thing that he's known for, though, is just dressing comfortably.
And at the same time, like I'm wearing comfy pants because I'm sitting down. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is strange to wear it to your movie premiere or a red carpet event.
If I were Jennifer Aniston, I would be a little bit frustrated because she spent a week at least preparing for all the things that she needed to do.
Having fittings and meetings and trying stuff on.
And the diets and the exfoliating and the filler and the spray tans and the highlights and the lowlights and
You would think though,
That'd be frustrating.
would you go the other way then if you were Jennifer Aniston? If you're like, all right, if I'm going to be hanging out with Adam Sandler for these interviews, I'm going to wear yoga pants and a hoodie.
I would wear one of those big sumo wrestler suits.
Yeah, why
on
not?
the red carpet.
Why wouldn't you?
And then I would just run after, run at Adam Sandler and
just tackle him,
punt him across the red carpet and be like, come on, let's watch this movie and get it over with so I can go home. I want to hit In and Out on the way home.
I think that's a great idea. But yeah, anyway, Ghosted, terrible. Don't watch it.
How many stars would you give it out of 5?
Out of 5, 1.5, 2.
1.5, 2.
Yeah,
that's rough. Okay.
I mean, it's just like it sucks.
Could you skip just a little bit, just so I can see like a little bit more?
Let's see. I do like just seeing their faces like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have seen enough. Yep. That as soon as it was the slow-mo funny face, I was like, yeah, that's going to be a little corny.
Yeah. And like, I would have liked it to be good because it's like Chris Evans and Ana de Armas are talented people.
So
they should be in a good movie.
Yeah.
They're very hot, very attractive people. And man, just a waste of money. That's too bad.
Bummer. That was so much money, I bet.
I can't even imagine how much money. Over $100 million for sure. I would think.
That blows my mind.
Could have made several good movies.
This movie I'm very excited to see. And we talked a little bit before recording about your opinions. And I'm excited to dive in a little bit.
And we don't have to play the whole thing. We'll just play a little bit. This is Beau Is Afraid from A24.
Visiting my mother. I'm just calling to say that I'm so excited. You're my angel and I love you. Okay, I love you. Okay, bye. I love you. Are you at the airport? On my way. I say visit. What do you think I should do? You do the right thing. Welcome back.
I hit you with my car.
What? What is this?
That's my nervous system health.
So, I mean, that's pretty much the thing where it's kind of this guy's journey to go find his mom.
But he has is that a house arrest device on his ankle? Like a tracker on his ankle?
It's not. So it's like that does come into play later. I don't want to spoil anything.
No, I don't want you to spoil anything.
But like, it's not. And
I'm intrigued. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of surreal stuff in the movie where it's like, you don't know.
I was going to say.
Is this reality? Is this his reality? Like in the trailer, they even showed him, he's heavily medicated. Yeah, right. He's a therapist. So you don't really know if like, this is the real life or this is Beau's life or whatever. It's all incredibly well done because Ari Aster's like very talented. But like this is the thing where even after I reviewed it, I went online and like watched other reviews and read other reviews, and like there is kind of a similar consensus from people being like, I don't know how to describe this movie.
Sure.
Or I don't know how to talk about it or tell you what it's about, really. Some people are calling it like Lord of the Rings if it's like anxiety, so it's like the anxiety
that's
Lord of the Rings,
the mountain.
yeah. I mean, there's other ways to describe it, but it's just like, there's no real way to describe it without watching it.
For sure.
And it is interesting to watch on a big screen. It's 3 hours long. There's lots of tiny little details hidden in the frames because Ari Aster's a maniac.
Very skilled.
And you would definitely get stuff from multiple viewings out of it. I don't know that I would want to watch it again, though, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
was it because of the length? Do you think if it was a little bit shorter, it would be easier to process? And
maybe like I do think like especially like the first hour is like very funny and I laughed a lot. And then after like it kind of it just gets a little more serious after that.
A little more somber.
Yeah, but like less funny. But I mean, Parker Posey's in it. She's incredible. I love Parker Posey so much.
Probably one of my biggest like comedy influences. I love Parker Posey.
She's hilarious in this movie.
Yeah, this is kind of a stacked lineup. And I also noticed it seemed like this might have been a surreal scene, but the person who plays him as a young boy, was that an actor? Do you know if it was like a green screen or like any sort of digital
Yeah, I don't know.
makeup?
It looks more colorful. It looks more different. I don't know why it looks different in that scene.
I don't know if that's really like, or if they used old footage of Joaquin Phoenix as a younger boy whenever he was acting.
That very
If
well
they
could be.
used that.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure.
they looked very similar.
They did. Yeah, no, that's a good question. I don't actually know.
Pretty incredible.
I just like the Indiana Jones trailer, and they do that where they make Harrison Ford look really young, and it doesn't look terrible.
I saw that recently. Yes, I'm really excited. I always forget. It's Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
Bridge?
Is it? I think it's just Bridge.
Bridge.
Yeah.
It's Phoebe Bridgers.
Phoebe Bridgers.
Is the art-
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe
Right.
Waller-Bridge, she's going to be in it. That trailer looked... I'm not an Indiana Jones fan. I've seen the first one as a kid.
That's
I have
the
not
best one.
watched since. But that
Okay.
one looks pretty fun.
Yeah. I like all those movies. It's not an unpopular opinion that I didn't like the Shia LaBeouf one that, no one did really. I think there was a
I
whole
don't think
South
anybody
Park
did.
about it. No one was a fan. Shia LaBeouf not back in this new one. That character's gone.
Go on.
I think Mutt, was that his name? God, that movie was so fucking stupid.
It was silly.
Not a bad name though, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
That's
Better than this one, which I think is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That sounds kind of dumb.
Dial of Destiny.
Which I
Like
do think it is about a
compass?
sundial.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But hey, whatever. It doesn't matter.
A sundial doesn't seem that enchanting, but who am I to say? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I mean, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that sounded awesome, and that movie
That
was
sounds
terrible.
metal.
Yeah.
It's got skull in it.
I think with the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Great title.
That's just iconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks really, really good to me, though. And like you said, it just looks beautiful. I bet it's very suspenseful. How would you say the pacing is?
It's interesting because it's like, it takes so many left turns and weird turns that it's hard to describe how it's paced. It's like,
Yeah.
typically in a movie, you could figure out when to go to the bathroom or something. It's like, oh, we're at an action scene here or something, but you don't really know what's going to happen next. And I definitely didn't use the bathroom or anything. I was just like, no, I need to make sure I see all of this movie. Didn't get a soda or anything before.
No breaks.
I was just like, no, I can't have to pee during this. This is important.
Joaquin Phoenix is also just so
Incredible.
incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I love Joaquin Phoenix.
And I'm interested to see what the Joker 2 is like with Lady Gaga. Because I think that whole movie is going to be a musical,
Yes.
which is interesting.
Which is interesting, but I have a feeling it's going to play into this whole, like, again, fantasy sort of headspace of what they see
Yeah.
their work in Gotham is
For
going to
sure.
be. But I'm also a big fan of Lady Gaga as an artist in every way, shape, or form. So I'm very excited to see how she plays Harley Quinn.
Yeah, no, she's incredible.
She's so good. And yeah, I wonder if they like intended it to be a musical from the jump, or if they were like, well, I mean, Lady Gaga crushed it in her Harley Quinn audition. Should we just like make this into a musical and utilize all of the tools that Lady Gaga has?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that way. But it's so weird too that the Joker made $1 billion. He made over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Made so much money. He won an Oscar. He won Best Actor. It just seems like a thing where it's like diminishing returns. It's like, why would you take a risk to make another one when like this first one, it went so well. You made all this money. You won all these awards. You got all this acclaim. And I guess they just, I don't know, backed up the money truck enough. And I think it sounds to me like Todd Phillips was like, yeah, I'll write and direct it and do it again if I can make it a musical with Lady Gaga. And they're like, okay.
And fair, like
Yeah.
secure that bag. I feel like whenever the Joker initially came out, it was kind of like pushed as this movie that a lot of incels were going to be
was
really
pushed. There was a big
excited
incel
about.
narrative, yeah.
And there was like a big incel narrative. I wonder if maybe with the direction that they were wanting to go with this, they knew that they were going to need to appeal to a certain audience as well. And with Lady Gaga, you're getting the she-hers and you're getting the they-thems and you're getting the gays. Like you're going to get them.
It's that built-in audience right
They're
away.
going to be there. And also, like, I mean, the last time Lady Gaga was in a movie and sang in it, it was A Star Is Born, and we saw how that went. So maybe they're kind of gunning for more Oscar.
Yeah, I think so.
And if it's done right, I totally see a universe where that's going to happen.
I think so. I mean, definitely for sure. I'm sure that it's going to be nominated for best song. I'm sure she has going to have an original song in that movie. But yeah, that'd be cool if she was nominated for best actress again, because she won that Oscar for best song for A Star Is Born, but she was also nominated for best actress.
And she was nominated for
I
best
thought she should
actress.
have won for best actress that year.
Who was she? Who ended up winning that year? Do you remember?
I think people thought it was going to be Glenn Close for that movie, The Wife, and then it wound up being Olivia Colman.
You're right.
For The Favorite.
Yes. Which was great. I've
oh
heard.
yeah, and she was amazing in that movie. And Olivia Colman's
incredible.
She's now kind of like Meryl Streep or like Amy Adams, where if she's in a movie, she's gonna get nominated for an Oscar.
It's definitely that.
So like, which is awesome, and she like deserves it. And yeah, that's just why though. To me, it seemed like it'd be easier to give her another Oscar. Lady Gaga, hopefully, yeah, she gets another shot at it.
I think if it's done right, I could see it definitely happening.
I feel like the House of Gucci, that was probably an attempt, I think, at doing that, but then that wound up not working out really.
You know, the thing with House of Gucci that kind of threw me off was honestly Jared Leto's role in it, because he was so ridiculous and camp and funny. Yeah. And it did not fit the vibe with the rest of the movie at all. And
everyone was doing their own thing.
It took me out of the scenes every single time because it was just not cohesive. I enjoyed myself because I love Adam Driver. Yeah. I love Lady Gaga. They hook up in a trailer and it's very hot.
Oh, that was pretty hot.
That was so hot. Yeah. And then, but Jared Leto, I can either take him or leave him, to be honest.
It's very weirdo.
Very hit or miss for me with him. And Are
you not a fan of his band, the 30 Seconds to Mars?
I don't even know what their big song is.
Me either. I know that they tour and stuff, and I think that he's done some festivals. I couldn't name one song. I do remember that he was famously said he missed the beginning of the pandemic because he was somewhere meditating or he was at a retreat.
I bet he was.
Yeah.
And I bet that ruled.
To not know about COVID for 1 week.
Yeah. He was not stressed.
That's privilege.
He was ready for the pandemic like none of us were.
He was already quarantining.
I'm going to protect my peace. Bye.
No, and then that was me. I was talking about the movie the other day with someone. Because it's like, Jared Leto has the over-the-top accent. Lady Gaga was very good. To me, she was kind of somewhere, she was a good middle ground. She
was a little bit of a glue in that movie.
Like Jared Leto and Adam Driver, who Adam Driver I don't think did like any Italian accent.
Hyper serious.
Yeah. So that's just a strange movie.
He always takes everything very serious in every role he's in, which kind of ends up just sounding like himself. Yeah. In slightly different fonts. But it doesn't mean that I don't like him and think he's very talented. But
he's great. Yeah. If you go back and watch Girls, he's in there too.
I mean, that was my first introduction to him. It made me feel so seen that other people thought that goofy looking people were super hot. Yeah. But it has been a little bit annoying because now all my celebrity crushes, everybody likes them too. Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
You want to like him now that he's skinny, but he was hot before.
That's true.
Idiots.
You were there early.
I was.
Well, let's wrap this one up for today, but we'll have people follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you don't already. Please do.
And Casey Podcasting, honestly.
Yes. If you need to record a podcast, audio, video, they do it all here. Very reasonably priced.
That's why we look and sound so good, but you're not allowed to have our session because we're very busy and need this time.
That's right. So we appreciate you guys watching, listening, whatever you do. Share with a friend, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff.
You can nominate us for Best Podcast in Kansas City.
Oh, probably not anymore. I think that one's closed.
Never mind. I hope you voted for us or else.
If they voted for us, then maybe they'll be able to vote for us. I don't know. We'll see if we made the ballot. We'll keep you posted.
I bet we will. We're so cute.
But thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.